I think I did. Hold on. I think he just wants to smell you real quick.
Yeah, no, that's fine. You can.
Max.
He can check me out. We good, Max? My buddy.
Okay. Yeah.
Don't worry.
Alright. Okay. Because he hasn't went an hour to talk of how busy he is. So I got. Yeah, I know you can, but I can't.
Right, well, it lit right up for me.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Man, I'm fucking dumb, man.
Well, you had it on B.
Oh no, because the video said to put it back on B, but I went all the way to off, like he said, then to pilot, and then I held it in for pilot for 30 seconds, and after those 30 seconds, click this 4 times.
Did you keep holding it in when you clicked it?
For another 20 seconds.
So you always held it in, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you go right to pilot, and you kept it held in, and you went like this.
He told me hold it first for 30 seconds on the video, and then after those 30 seconds, keep holding it, but then click it the 4 times, and then after those 4 times, hold it for another 20 seconds, then you can let go, and then put it back to where it was, which was B.
I'm sorry, I must have sent you a shitty video. So
No,
what?
I probably fucked up, if anything.
So what you do is you put it on pilot.
Okay.
Right? You can wait 3 minutes or whatever. That's just something they make you do to let the gas get out of there. It's a safety thing, but you don't have to do it.
Okay.
But supposedly it's a thing that works for people. I don't know what the hell they're talking about, because I work on these things all the time.
Yeah,
I just don't know what the hell they're talking about, because it has no electricity, right? Because it gets its electricity. So you put it on pilot, you push it in, you push the button, you wait for the light to come on. You never let go until the light's on, and you'll hear like a click.
That's why I didn't see no light or anything.
Yeah, you really got to put your hands over it. Like it's on right now, and you still can't see it. You see it? It's barely right now. Once every 3 seconds, it'll flash. So.
Oh yeah.
Right
Okay.
now.
Very faintly.
Very faintly. It's because there's a lot of light out here. If it was nighttime, you'd see it popping.
Okay.
And it almost does like a double, like a millisecond in between, like boom, 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 right? And that counts as one flash. If it ever flashes out of sequence, you count the flashes. So it can flash 5 times or 6 times, and those are problems. These are they're called fault codes, right? Or like a code fault or whatever. So when it has problems, like major problems, it'll flash like this, like my hand, and then it'll stop and wait 3 seconds, and then it'll flash. It'll repeat that code, and then you count it, because they don't know when you're walking up on it. You can walk up on it after it's already flashed 3 times, and then you count 2 flashes, so you wait for it to reset. Then you count those flashes.
Okay.
And then you cross-check it, but it started right up.
So you just hold it in pilot until that flashes, and then you hit the striker.
No, so you put it on pilot,
Okay.
you hit the striker, because that sends the electricity to create the spark. So when you push in pilot, you're letting a little bit of gas down this tube, and that little bit of gas will ignite from the spark. So once you have the flame on the little thermal pile, it has to create voltage, and it starts counting up that voltage. That voltage passes through this system, and by the time it hits 300 millivolts, it'll start lighting up. Sometimes you can hear a click. I know what to listen for. So once I hear the click, I don't really look for the light.
Yeah, but I didn't hear none of this, because that's like you fucking hear it's on. I didn't hear it's on or anything. So
well, you had it on B, so I figured, why did it go back to B? You know.
Oh, I put it back because I thought maybe it was just gonna be silent, because I've never heard them turn on.
Yeah, they're loud. Yeah, they're super. You heard it like the rush, right?
That's how the
yeah. So if you were to do, that's just condensation drips. So this is it again. I come here, it's off. It's on right now because I didn't turn it off. But you come here, you push that. You can also look through the sight glass, and you'll literally see it's a blue flame.
Okay.
It's at about so if this is a clock right in front of me, it's right about here. It's somewhere right in the middle, maybe like 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Right. And then you wait for the light, you'll hear the click. It takes about 30 seconds. I wait about 10 seconds or 20 seconds, and I count down from 10, and it's right about 30 seconds. It'll take longer if it's really dirty, and they tell you can wait up to 2 minutes, but if you're waiting 2 minutes for the light to come on, you got other problems. And then once it's on, you turn it up. It should kick in about hot or A. So right there. So I'll put it on B, because B is nice and hot. But that's it. Why it's going out, I have no idea. I really don't. I can maybe change this sensor. That was like the only thing I did was clean the sensor off. I put it on a grinder wheel, and I may have just like cleaned it a little too much, you know, and maybe it got a little bit of a loose connection. So I'll take the sensor off of this one and change it out for that one, and then that might take care of it. Or I can just put a whole different burner assembly in and try that. Maybe I'll do that since I'm here. Just so you guys don't have to deal with that.
It's up to you. Oh, that's the first time this has happened. So luckily.
Well, it happened to him in the beginning.
Oh,
and I drove down here, and it lit right up for me. And then I was like putting this cover on like this, and I was trying to get this cover thing in here.
And it just died, right?
And it just died, yeah. So I said, screw it. Let's change the valve. This cover's a real pain in the ass. And I thought maybe I hit a wire or loosened a wire, or maybe even hit the little, and just moved it enough to break the electrical connection, because it's not very much voltage. And I think maybe that did it. Yeah, see, it just went out.
Died.
So I think it's this. I think it's because I cleaned this thing. I think is what it is. So I'm gonna change this and see if that doesn't do it. Because I never usually do that. And I took this sensor and I'm like, oh, I'll give it a good electrical connection. You know, I'll clean it all up. And I noticed it, like it knocked off a little material, and it seemed like it was just a little bit loose. On you. Oh, your parrots.
Yeah.
I thought you said your parents.
No, the parrots.
I'm like, I'll have to edit that out of my video in case your dad stumbles upon it. Well, I'm annoying, huh? You'll be like, what are you talking about? Okay, so it's on. Where is it? I'm just waiting to see if it dies.
Crazy, that little thing was what caused it to die.
Yeah,
Just
this
not
is
enough
like
contact.
so that's a safety. This is like a safety switch, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it actually, I think if it's over 270 degrees,
Oh, shit.
so if it picks up more than 270 degrees off of that surface plate, it'll cut the electrical connection, which will turn the heater off, right?
Cool down.
So it could, yeah, to cool down, right? Because it means there's something going on inside there. It's burning.
It doesn't want it to blow up.
Right, yeah, it won't blow up, but it'll yeah. I mean, too much hot water isn't necessarily a bad thing. But if it was 270 degrees in there, that's pretty hot. Yeah, all the instructions are right here too, just so you know.
No one wants to read. That's how you could get everybody.
Right, it's right here. Yeah, it's right here. It says wait 5 minutes to clear out any gas. Well, it's been off for how long?
Since this morning.
So why would I wait another 5 minutes?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's. I'm trying to light it. Like it's been off. Unless I just happen to be here when it goes off. Why would I wait 5 minutes? And if it can't handle a little bit of gas, like who the hell's making this thing, right?
Yeah.
Like it can handle gas. It can handle an amazing amount of flame, right? So I don't understand that, but maybe it resets the motherboard. Someone was saying like You wait 10 minutes, it goes into some reset mode, but I've had them unplugged. So I've got a bunch of broken ones, right? They have these code faults that they won't get rid of. Like a code 4, and it just will not box for 6 months.
Shit.
Like 10, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's dead, it has no electricity. Some guy, I watched a video last night, some guy took a big magnet and he goes, this is how you fix a code 5, like a 5 flash, and he goes, you take this magnet and you put this magnet over it, and he doesn't even show you how to do it. He said, I just took this magnet and then it worked, and he goes, it never happened again. And I was reading all the comments, right? And people are like, show us what you did with the magnet, like what are you doing? And I'm like, that's not a code 5, man. Like I know what a code 5 is. Like you just got lucky. Like
It just reset automatically.
It yeah. If he's got a code 5, there's a sensor in the water heater that detects the water temperature, right? And it's got a left side and a right side. And if the left side or the right side goes out of ohm, which means they have to be identical ohm, whatever that number is, 1052, right? They both have to be 1052, or one has to be 1051. So if one's like 7,000 or one's like, 850. Then it will detect that water temperature difference, and it doesn't know what the water temperature is. So it might keep burning, thinking that the water is cold when really it's hot, or it might think it's hot when it's really cold. And so that's what a 5 is. And 5 on here is a thermostat or well sensor fault. So that's literally the temperature of the water. This is the temperature of the combustion chamber.
Okay.
Right, so it's looking at temperatures. It wants to make sure it's safe. Well, I tried to kind of get it to turn off here. Oh, I think it was just a bad switch, but so I've changed the valve and I've changed the switch. The door, it's called the door switch. But let me put the cover on, because that seems to be the one thing that it doesn't like the most. It doesn't like the cover.